AITA for ruining my friends' relationships by treating my wife well? I honestly still don't understand what I did wrong, but I've been told I destroyed 3 relationships just by loving my wife. I'm a 27M married to my wife, 28F, for almost 5 years. We don't have kids yet because we're focusing on ourselves, and honestly, we're genuinely happy. Not the fake cringe honeymoon stuff, just comfortable, affectionate, and caring. I like taking care of her because she's my wife. Last year, my friend group planned a cabin trip downtown. It was supposed to be chill, couples, hiking, movies, the usual. We all drove separately. When we arrived, I noticed something immediately. All the other women looked stressed, handling directions, unloading, unpacking, while my wife was relaxed because I handled most of it. Not because she can't, but because I want to. We unpacked together and were done in about 10 minutes. When we went downstairs, all the guys were already sitting on the couch watching TV. I asked where their partners were, and they said, unpacking. My wife looked confused, but didn't say anything. Later, when the women came down and saw my wife cuddled next to me on the couch, one of them said kind of sarcastically, "Wow, you unpacked everything in 10 minutes?" My wife smiled and said, "No, we did it together. It's fast when 2 people help." Their expressions completely dropped. Tight smiles, awkward energy. Then they walked away. At dinner, the same pattern continued. All the women went straight to the kitchen while the men sat watching football. I suggested helping because it would be easier, but the guys brushed it off, saying the women like doing it and that it's their job. I didn't push it, but I helped my wife anyway. We cooked together, ate together, and afterward I cleaned up with her like I always do. She kissed me and thanked me. The next morning during hiking, I noticed the women carrying their own backpacks plus extra stuff for their partners. I carried the main bag and only let my wife take a small backpack with water and snacks. I stayed behind her to make sure she was okay. After we got back, she was exhausted and her legs hurt. While we were sitting on the couch, I gently massaged her feet. Nothing dramatic, just enough to help her relax. She leaned against me, clearly comfortable. Meanwhile, I saw the other women quietly going upstairs to clean and deal with everything again. That night, I heard whispering turn into screaming outside. I made sure my wife stayed asleep, put headphones on her, and went down to check. 2 couples were full-on fighting in the garden. The women were crying and yelling that their partners didn't love them, that it was painful watching how I treated my wife, and that they felt neglected and taken for granted. The guys kept saying I was showing off and that I was only like this because we were newly married, even though we'd been married for 5 years. The next morning, 2 couples had already left. The remaining couple barely spoke to each other. Later, one of my friends pulled me aside and screamed at me, saying I had ruined everything. Apparently, 2 of the women broke up with their partners on the spot, saying they couldn't stay with men who didn't care about them, and that watching me with my wife was the breaking point. I never criticized their relationships. I never told anyone what to do. I just treated my wife the way I always do. So now I'm being blamed for setting unrealistic expectations and making everyone feel bad. IITA for ruining my friends' relationships just by loving my wife?